Racing Series, powered by Geico Power Sports. We're in Lake Elsenor, California, about an hour east of Los Angeles, for the Rockstar Energy Lucas Oil Challenge Cup. A beautiful day, a big crowd, and just ahead, lots of exciting racing action on this 9/10 of a mile course. Hi everybody, I'm Bill Weber, and from the NBC Race family to your family, Happy New Year. This is a record-breaking day in short course off-road racing. On the line this afternoon, the richest purse in the history of the sport. No points, just prize money and, of course, professional pride in a unique all-star format that has brought together the best off-road racers in the country. As always, a pleasure to be alongside Wally Dallenbach and Cameron Steele, and no, Cameron did not miss the wardrobe memo. Later today, the U2 and the U4 trucks on the track at the same time, but you're about to go to work in your buggy against the Unlimited Lights.
I am. You call it work, I call it warfare, because we're going to get the trucks and buggies on the track for the first time, well, this season, but really in a long time in the history of the sport, but it is part of the history. The buggies were the first things to really go out and race, and it's very cool to see what Lucas Oil has done in putting us all on the track at the same time. Now, our cars are a little bit more nimble. They're a little quicker in the corners, the buggies that is. The truck's a little heavier, a little more power. It's going to be quite a showdown. Interesting, we'll be looking for multiple different lines, and may I say this very quickly, the buggies will reign supreme at the end of the race.
You're going to have to back that up now, you know.
I'm not scared. Let's do this.
Okay. I know you like this format. There are no points, just that huge cash carrot out there.
Really, this is a racer's race. The points are done, like you said. Everybody's coming in here to have a good time. The trophy means a lot. I know a lot of drivers say, well, I drive for nothing, but there is 30 grand to win this race. So it is. It's a great format. Everybody's interested to see how it's going to work out. And it is the last race, so if you have a score to settle, this is a good time to do it.
Well, when we left you at Las Vegas, the championship picture in Unlimited Lights was still a little cloudy. Chris Brandt's truck was disqualified in post-race inspection. That gave the championship to Brian Deegan. Brandt challenged the disqualification. He appealed it. It was denied, so indeed Deegan is the 2009 champion in Unlimited Lights. Both those men are here ready to race today. To get you ready, we go to the hot pits, and here's Marty Snyder. Well, Bill, Chris Brandt admitted to me earlier this week, you know, kind of tough to get over that championship thing, and you've been taking it out on lap time so far this weekend. You've been awfully fast. Is it nice to have a race to kind of put the championship thing behind you and finish on a positive note this year?
Oh, definitely. You know, last time we were here, we were fast and we won a race, but you know, having one race to seal it off, and I don't have to go through the whole off season thinking, oh, you know, what this is going to be like, and you know, I guess I'm taking a grudge out on the lap times. You know, I'm driving with a new attitude, just so to say.
In qualifying, Chris Brandt a full second faster than the rest of the field. Let's head over to Kelly Stavist.
With the Unlimited Light champion, Brian Deegan. And Brian, you got that championship amid a little bit of controversy. So does this cup race kind of help justify your title?
Well, yeah, you know, anytime I race, whether it's for points or not, I want to win. I'm just a competitive person, and I see this as another race. Even if it was for no money or no points, I want to win. It's just the way I am, so I see it. I'm going to go out there, do whatever it takes to come in first place, so that's the way it's going down.
What do you expect it to be like with buggies out there, open-wheel buggies on the track at the same time?
This is going to be interesting. I'm glad I'm going to be part of something that looks like it's the first time, and we'll see if those guys can catch us first, and then second of all, they have a wider wheelbase and probably can get inside a little better, and the track's real sticky, so they might have an advantage, but they're going to be definitely banging some bars up there, so they're going to have to work for it.
Now, one of those buggy drivers that wants to catch these guys is with Ken Stout.
The big man standing next to me, he won the championship this year in the Unlimited Buggies. 4 wins, 8 podiums, but surprisingly enough, my friend, you are starting dead last.
Yeah, you know, it's not what we really had envisioned coming into this venue. We had a little carburetor issue in practice. We went the wrong way with it. It got worse in qualifying, so we got here via the LCQ. We won the LCQ, so maybe it was good. We got a little bit more track time. We got a chance to, you know, sort some lines out, so we're close. We're about a half a second off where we want to be. So some fresh Goodyears, and we're going to attack.
The horsepower to weight ratio definitely gives the Unlimited Buggies the advantage, but he has a lot of really fast buggies to work his way through, and then, of course, a lot of trucks as well. Bill, Wally, he's got his work cut out for him.
You're right about that, Ken. With a lineup featuring superstars Rob Naughton, Chris Brandt, and Brian Deegan, the Unlimited Light class guarantees flag-to-flag excitement. Now the underrated ranks of Unlimited Buggy want to show that bigger is not always better. Stars like Chuck Cheek, Greg George, and Cameron Steele lead the buggies into battle. Today, the all-stars of short course collide in this chase for the ultimate payday. With $20,000 on the line, this all-or-nothing season finale sets the stage for a lot of broken parts and damaged feelings. Off-road buggies and trucks on the same track at the same time, racing for the same prize. the Challenge Cup. As always, Wally and I having the time of our life up here, but a special guest has joined us, Carl Rennicenter.
Thank you very much. Great to be here, guys. This is probably the biggest honor in my life.
That's
personally.
just how we wrote it for you. Hey, congratulations on those 2 championships in U2s and U4s this year.
Thank you very much. It was an unbelievable year. I've been trying to do that for many years, and we finally reached our goal.
Hey, Carl, you've driven the buggies before, and our own Mr. Cameron Steele has already called the winner. It will be a buggy. What's your thoughts on this?
Well, I'll tell you, the buggies are definitely a little more agile, quicker, lighter. The trucks are about 1,000 pounds heavier, and you're going to see the best drivers in both classes come together in an epic race.
But the biggest concern of both these races is traffic, Carl.
Definitely. I think the most important thing on these drivers' minds is who's going to get through the traffic the cleanest so they can get to the finish line.
First turn's going to be a blast. You've seen the starting lineups. Wally brought his radio with him today, and he's going to see if he can dial up Cameron Steele.
Hey, Cameron, this is Wally up in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, Wally, I got you, bud.
Hey, Cam, it seems like tire choice real important today. Did you make the right choice?
I really think so, Wally. I went with the dry compound tire, and on this parade lap or siding lap, it looks like I made the right choice. There's some mud, but it's definitely going to dry up, and I can see the loam in these corners already. I'm pretty stoked with it.
You got a lot of heavy trucks up ahead of you, Cameron. What is your strategy for the first couple laps?
Well, I got to be smart. You know, the trucks are so much heavier, and any contact will just destroy our cars. So normally I'm worried about going wheel to wheel with the buggies. Now I got to just watch out for the weight and the smashing of the trucks. But, you know, it's hard to think when you put your killer whale suit on and go racing.
Well, good luck. We will be paying attention, buddy.
Yeah, thanks for sure. Buggies rock the house and reign supreme. Yee!
In his killer whale suit. We'll see how that works out. Starting field of 26, 13 trucks, 13 buggies. You had to qualify to get into this race, so they actually had to send some trucks and some buggies home. Track is 9/10 of a mile, a warm sunny day here at Lake Elsenor. Watch out for the first turn. Green flag in the air.
I already see some buggies in there making their move. And like Cameron was talking about, you want to be careful not to get into one of these trucks, but more importantly, you don't want them getting into you, Carl, because if one of these guys body slams you, it could be the end of the day for a buggy.
Oh, definitely. With a 1,000-pound advantage on the trucks, the buggies are definitely going to get damaged, and you know, who knows, they'll never be able to finish a race if they lose their front end.
Heath Carpenter having to take an excursion off the course, but gets back on track. Tremendous amount of traffic out there.
Yeah, it's hard. You want things to sort out, but you can't just hang out either. You know, you got to be careful, but you also have to be aggressive, and it's a fine line. Already we got a couple of trucks getting tangled up with the buggy. And oh, more trouble. Oh, there's Cameron Steele. He's got caught up in it and loses a lot of spots, and that's the problem with this traffic right now. This early in the race, if you get tangled up, you're going to lose 5 or 6 spots, so Cameron's got some work to do.
Definitely, Wally. You know, these buggies are about a half a second a lap faster, so they got to be careful and take their time working their way through the traffic.
And Mike Dondell got caught up in that, and he was really coming through the field early, Carl.
Yeah, he was blazing fast, and unfortunately it looks like his day is going to be a long one.
Back up front, Todd Cafaro is the race leader.
Trouble for Cafaro. He's got a problem, Bill.
Grant and Naughton go by, and so will apparently the rest of the field. So Todd Cafaro, who was the race leader here early, clearly well off the pace.
There is Greg George in the 933. He is the lead buggy right now. Behind him, he's got Bayer and Laurel. Then low contact, and there's 2 spots he doesn't have to worry about any longer.
That really helps the buggies get past those 2 trucks.
Yeah, you see the trucks have they're putting some distance on the buggies. There's George and the 2nd and 3rd place buggies right now. So they've got some work to do, but I just think as this race goes on, the buggies are going to be quicker and quicker than the trucks.
And this is just the 4th race of the season for Greg George. And in one of those races, he took home the victory. Parker Grabowski.
Upside down.
And remember, in this race, it pays off 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. It doesn't matter what class you're in. all these trucks and these buggies racing for first, second, and third, so George has to make his way through this field.
And bragging rights.
That's right.
And the buggy guys want to beat the truck guys just so they, and vice versa.
Cameron's already been bragging. Caution is out. Chris Brandt is the overall race leader. Then it's Naughton and Deegan, and George on the move. Glad you're along for the ride at the Rockstar Energy Lucas Oil Challenge Cup. Getting ready to go back to green.
Hey, Carl, this is what the buggies needed with this caution. Kind of erase the gap between them and the truck. Do you think they'll come on strong now, or is it going to take a little bit longer?
I think they're going to start coming on strong, but I think you're also going to see something else. I think you're going to see 3 of the fastest drivers in the front that are going to be dicing it out, and carnage is going to be the name of this game.
By those guys racing each other hard, though, that's going to allow the buggies to close up even more.
Yeah, and their buggies are going to continue to get faster. You can see that with the way their buggies are set up, they can take the inside when the trucks have to stay on the cushion on the outside.
There's trouble.
A couple of guys. Jacob Person on his side.
Heath Carpenter involved. That's a combination of traffic and the track, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, and take a look at the buggies here. See how they're all hugging to the inside? These trucks aren't going to be able to do that towards the end of the race.
And Pudia off the course.
He looks to be headed back to the hot pits. Early into his day, he was looking for a big finish. This is the battle for 10th. Chuck Cheek on the move. You saw Rodrigo Ampudia head back to the hot pits. We'll watch the race and check in with Kelly Stavist.
Rodrigo Ampudia pulling off the track, but no real signs of what went wrong out there. What happened?
I don't know. I just kind of lost second gear into the bowl, and then I only had third, and then I lost fourth. So I don't know what's going on. Like, I don't know. Something with the transmission.
You have another race coming up. How do you put this behind you and get ready to get in that Unlimited 2?
Well, I mean, it's kind of good because I get to walk over, chill out for a little bit, get ready to race.
Good luck.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Kelly. And you saw in that double box, the one thing Cameron was afraid of, contact with the truck.
Yeah, that's a pretty scary moment for Cameron. I'm not sure why Grabowski was even in that position. He's overlapped down. He should be starting in the back.
Ryan Deegan runs in second. There's Naughton in the 54. And you see those buggies are coming. There's Greg George up to the 4th position after starting deep in the field. Remember, the buggies started behind the trucks because they're about a half a second faster. And here comes Cameron Steele.
This is going to be good. You can really set up your next move here, and it looks like Cameron's working on something here. He's got 2 guys in front of him. Textbook.
Stay to the inside, and Carl, that's important because now it's a caution. So those are 2 guys he doesn't have to pass next time that green flag comes out because they're behind him.
Cameron's odds for winning this race just increased tremendously.
Good move by him. I know you got to go change and get to work. Good luck in your race. Thanks for joining us, Carl.
Thanks, guys. I'm ready to go.
Caution is out. Brandt is the race leader.
All day repairing the front end of that buggy after they ran into the back of a Pro 4 going about 60 miles an hour earlier today. He said he's really sore, but they put so much hard work into getting that buggy fixed that he was determined to get back in the car, and now it looks like it's paying off. Ken?
This is exactly what the buggies were looking for. They wanted to have a shot to get up into the top 5, and then during the restart, hopefully make her one of the top trucks in the category. Greg George will have that shot. Of course, the man out front, Marty Snyder, has something to prove.
Well, Ken, on the radio, the only thing Chris Brandt wanted to know is where's that first buggy? They told him only a few behind you. He said, I'm going to try and take care of it. First half of this race, I did take care of the truck, even though he led wire to wire. He said second half of the race, take care of it for the first few laps, and then go hard after that.
All kinds of action on the track. Steele and George going at it, and Deegan is off the pace, losing positions in his truck.
Come on, dude. Tranny flew. My brother's the tranny. You get any gear, anything. Gears are done. It's broken. Just pull it off to the side, dude. There ain't much we can do now.
Was battling for the lead and broke the transmission.
Oh, got a couple guys getting tangled up in the back there. Halliday and Fitzgerald. And you know what Carl mentioned earlier, 1,000 pounds difference between the buggies and the truck. That's where the buggies are going to start to shine, is right now.
Yep, it's flat. It's flat. Just keep going. Just keep going. All you got is buggies behind you. That's all you got. Just stay on the gas. You can do this.
That's the communication between Chris Brandt and his team. Brandt was the race leader. He's slowing now, has a flat left rear, and here come George and Cameron Steele in their buggies.
Hey guys, real quick, you see Brian Deegan, has not been a good day for the Rockstar team. His teammate Todd Cafaro out on the first few laps with an engine failure for Deegan, transmission failure, done for the day.
And that's beating yourself up, literally, Bill.
Very frustrating. Now look at this. Just one truck between the buggies and the lead. That's George and Steele chasing Naughton.
Yeah, these guys, they're liking what they see right now, because if you watch the trucks, they're using, oh, and we got a bicycle, and that's it. One little mistake, and now we have a new leader, and it's a buggy.
Greg George is the overall race leader, and remember, these two classes are competing for the same positions and the same purse. Steele trying to get second.
See, come in there, see how rutted up it is right there. And the buggies, they real low in that corner, nice and easy. Oh, this is not what you want to see, especially when you're in a buggy, is getting slammed by a truck.
Watch these guys, You guys in front of you, Cam. Be careful, they get tangled up.
Although Cameron wants to see that.
But George has the lead, but Naughton definitely wants it back, and Cameron Steele watching from third. See how this one plays out, the thrilling finish when we come back to Lake Elsenor. Win the Rockstar Energy Lucas Oil Challenge Cup here in Lake Elsenor, California. And the buggies have shown their strength. This is the battle for fourth. Chuck Cheek, who's had a miserable weekend, struggled all weekend here, had to get in through the last chance qualifier, and he's running fourth.
Yeah, you can see the screen has filled with buggies right now.
Cheek, the 2009 Unlimited Buggy champion. And he's racing hard there against Mike Dondell, who's had a tough day and has really come back from early problems in this race. So two talented drivers in the buggies trying to get to third place.
A lot of battles right now with the buggies. These are all positions, and they're running out of time, Bill.
White flag in the air. Greg George is the race leader. Then Rob Naughton in a truck, and then Cameron Steele runs in third in a buggy.
Cameron's in the money so
yes,
far.
He is right now. The killer whale suit. Good day for George. One victory this season, running a limited schedule. Worked his way through the truck field.
Shocks and load. Keep going. Got Dondell coming up, keep going. Drive it out.
Cameron's got a problem. He says he's got a shock or shock's broken. He's got about 3/4 of a lap, and he's got a lot of guys behind him.
That all want that position. Hayes first, second, and third. Two classes, one purse.
You can see Cameron having a lot of difficulty turning that buggy right there.
Naughton trying to rope in George. They work their way through the final turns. Checkered flag in the air, and Cameron's prediction is going to come true. Greg George in a buggy wins over Rob Naughton, and it looks like Steele is well off the pace now.
Yeah, he's got a left front that's not pointing in the direction he'd like.
Front end broke off. Yeah, copy. Tie rod broke or something. Still a hell of a drive, Cameron. Still a hell of a drive.
A great race for him, wasn't it?
Yeah, it looked like he had a good time. He had a good buggy and almost in the money.
That's right. Greg George from 18th to 1st and bragging rights over the Unlimited Lights trucks. So congratulations to him. And look at how many buggies finished in the top 10. In fact, there's only one truck, the second place truck, finished in the 12th position. Time now to take a look at our Rockstar Energy race recap, and it was a 26 vehicle field and a lot of fun to watch. All this traffic at the start, and the buggies trying to work their way through the field. There's Greg George.
Yep, the lighter buggies finally towards the end of the race picked their way through these trucks.
Deegan had an issue, fell off the pace. That's Naughton and George getting together. That was for the lead. But Greg George escaped and took the checkered flag. And Cameron has his heart broken. To victory lane, here's Kelly.
Greg George getting all kinds of congratulations as he kind of gingerly gets out of the buggy. Greg, what a story after the day that you've had. How does $30,000 sound?
Hey, you know what? I'll take every penny of it, but That right there was probably one of the sickest races I've ever had in my life. Coming from that far behind and never racing against the trucks before, it was just a fluid situation. And if he's in front, he needs to be passed. I don't care what it is. And it was just amazing. You know, a few bumping and banging, but all in all, the racing was really clean. And I couldn't have, I mean, my Funko car smoked them. It was just beautiful. I was so happy.
You said you were a little tentative to get around those light trucks. So talk about getting around not in there for the lead.
Well, he's tough. I mean, you know, he's one of the best, but he got beat by one of the best too. So it was, I just had to push and push and push. And I'm pretty sure that his spotters were telling me I was behind him, and he went in too hard and bicycled the thing, and that was a mistake I needed. Then it was up to me to keep him behind because he was pushing hard back.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
I didn't know what to expect when I heard about this, Bill, but I'd like to see more of this kind of racing.
That was a lot of fun, and much more to come. Up next, the Unlimited 2s and the Unlimited 4s on NBC. The NBC race family celebrating the new year with the Rockstar Energy Lucas Oil Challenge Cup here in Lake Elsenor, California. Coming up next, $1 million is on the line as one lucky player looks to beat 3 of the world's best poker players. Face the ace. That's next, right here on NBC. Understand you play a little bit at home.
We do play at home, Bill. It's a family game, but there's a lot of cheating going on at the Dollenbach family poker table.
Not all the cards coming from the top of the deck, perhaps?
No, I learned how to bottom deal a long time ago.
And the kids caught on, huh?
Yes, they did.
All right. Getting ready for the Unlimited 2s and the Unlimited 4s. Wally is going to jump on the radio to see if he can get a hold of Carl.
Hey, Carl, this is Wally up in the booth. You guys have had an incredible season. Today has got to be just the icing on the cake.
You know, this is going to be like going to the beach today. It's going to be nothing but fun. I got 20 trucks in front of me, and I'm licking my chops right now.
Now, the most critical part of your race has got to be the next couple laps. You have to stay out of trouble.
Definitely stay out of trouble. You know, it looks like this turn 1 right here has got a little bit of traction, which is good, so not going to get a lot of the tubes spinning out. So if I can stay out of trouble the first couple laps, I'll be in good shape.
All right, thanks, Carl. We will check back with you under caution.
Roger that.
Man, he has got a lot of work to do. And we are rejoined in the booth by Cameron Steele, and congratulations on what looked like a strong run until just about the end.
Well, you know, almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, so blowing up there at the end was a bit of a problem, but it was a great time. And I'll tell you, this track that these trucks are getting ready to run on is really tricky because there is a lot of dirt moving out there. There's going to be a lot of changes, and especially with these four-wheel drives ripping up the lines that 2s want to go on.
You just got to think the 2s are really sitting ducks. I mean, I talked to Todd LeDuc before this race, and he's like, the only shot we got is just going like heck to begin with, but they know they're coming.
And the 4s start right on the rear bumper of the 2s.
They sure do, and the 4s have the option to change lanes so many more times than the 2s, and so I think it gives them just a huge advantage here in this race.
See what happens. The field ready to go green, and the green flag in the air. Comes that first turn Carl was talking about.
And Naughton had the whole shot, but he squirrel dogged it just a little bit and loses position to Rob McCachran.
Pretty clean, but you saw how that 2 was bicycling there. Cam was talking about, they get in those ruts. The 4s have a better time through there than the 2s.
Oh, definitely, and that was Todd LeDuc in the number 8. Now, these two guys are super fierce competitors. Rob McCachran, Todd LeDuc, they've been going door to door for many years. Robert Naughton, who is leading right now, is the first time in the series really running the Unlimited 2. This is only his second race weekend. And right there in the mix, the number 7 Super Clean truck, Bryce Menzies. He's the young gun of our sport.
Those guys up front in the 2s, they've got to run as hard as they can right now to try and put some distance between them and the 4s.
Oh, into Naughton.
So Naughton getting a little help out of the corner there from Todd LeDuc, and McCachran and Menzies will go.
Oh! Adler.
Greg Adler on his roof.
He has had a tough season, and to add insult to injury, oh, it looked like he's going to get T-boned there as well.
Now there's the contact between LeDuc and Naughton.
And in that instance, you know, it looked like Todd maybe getting a little rough there. Greg Adler on his own, basically rolling. Just, you can see the lines already out on the track, the ridges or the rut, so to speak.
Rut, yeah, rut caught him, and over he went.
He's really happy to see 2010 get here, isn't he?
Indeed he is, and the 2s getting together while they're racing is slowing them down, making it better for the fours in the back of the pack.
LeDuc leads, McCachran runs second. Let's get an update from the pits and Kelly Stavist.
Rob McCachran said the only advantage to the twos is starting out front. He said this ground is really heavy and the soil is going away in chunks, creating big ruts, and these twos tend to bike and get up on two wheels, where the fours can still stick to the ground. So he expects the fours to have a clear advantage, especially as the track goes away.
And something we've been talking about all weekend, the ruts in the track really affect how these guys run.
And in turn 2, you can see the ruts, probably the worst on the track right now. As we see, Barlow looks like he went over.
And having just been out there racing, Carl Renazetter diving to the inside, making a move on Kurt LeDuc.
There's a couple of Unlimited 4 trucks.
Those guys are true veterans, especially four-wheel drive. Here comes Carl racing the inside. You see him check up just a bit.
Great shot of the ruts right there.
We said it was a treacherous track. Todd LeDuc leads, but Carl's coming in California. Challenge Cup continues on NBC. The Unlimited 2s and the Unlimited 4s on the track, but not a good day for Greg Adler.
Bad luck just continues for the four-wheel parts wholesalers team. Tough luck for Greg.
Meanwhile, Carl Renazetter has moved from 21st to 7th.
You're looking real good. You're looking real good. You don't need to overdrive. You easily got this. You just got to keep a truck and stay out of trouble.
And that's what we've been talking about, because those 4s are so powerful, he's got time. There's some contact on the track.
Naughton and Ampudia, so Ampudia getting by, and here comes Cheney, the first four-wheel drive truck. He's getting by Naughton, so moving into the top 5. It's going to be tough for these two-wheel drives to keep the four-wheel drives out of there. You see both of them now, they start out, they go to the inside, where you'll see these two-wheel drive trucks that are leading the race right now. They have to carry the entire turn and drift the speed.
Easy, it's not worth it mixing up with those guys.
And he's right. The 4s can be more patient. They're going to let it come to them. The 2s, they're driving like maniacs.
Hey guys, Adrian Cheney's working his way through this field. He's never won a major cup race in his career. He recorded his first win since 2001 in round 10 this year. Seems as though he has a combination to win out here today.
And Cameron, you're watching the different lines these guys are running, right?
Yeah, great example. You saw Rob Naughton had to carry his speed all the way around the corner, and Cheney and Carl both dove underneath him, just changing lines.
Cheney bicycles, and that's the kind of passes Carl would like to make.
You got those positions.
You hear his crew telling him, gotta take it easy out there. Here's another look.
Almost looked like he caught the inside, but he just got a ton of bite on that outside tire, and it put him up on the bike, and Carl by just clean and smooth.
Now he's got some tough talent to pass up here.
That may be an understatement. Here on board with the number 21 Rockstar Energy Pro-Am truck, Rob McCachran, one of the best drivers in the sport of off-road racing, but also one of the cleanest, and a guy that doesn't miss any lines. He is up there. Carl is going to have to get by him, as well as Todd LeDuc, and we're on board right now with Evan Evans, who is a paraplegic. He is driving with all hand controls.
Currently running 10th.
Talk about a handful. It's already a handful, but it's amazing what he does in there.
I can tell you from driving on these short course tracks, it is so busy inside that truck. And just the amount of work that he has to do with his hands is really unbelievable. And Carl, now a little bump and run on Rodrigo Ampudia. I'm not sure if Rodrigo dropped into the line there, but a lot of times we dog Rodrigo as a guy that's willing to push and bang, get by, and there Carl giving an example of how it works.
A few hands out the window there, you saw that as well. Todd LeDuc continues to lead. Carl Renazetter making the charge. Marty Snyder's down in the pits, and he's keeping an eye on Bryce Menzies. Marty, what are you seeing?
Guys, it's been fun to watch the development of Bryce Menzies this year. He's really come on, and he's come on because early in this year, in fact, in the offseason, spent a lot of time testing out the Prim racetrack, and that's why he chose this Unlimited 2 today instead of the Unlimited 4. He does run both series, but he said, you know what? I'm just more comfortable in this Unlimited 2. This is what I have all my testing time in. He said, for me, it was an easy choice. It may not be the choice to win the race, but this is the truck I feel most comfortable in.
And you know, for a race driver, that's really, really important. I mean, that's an interesting statement that Marty made, because all of us as drivers, we have favorite cars or trucks to drive that we're comfortable with. And even though you maybe have a better shot of winning than something else, you like the feel of a vehicle, and that's why you go with it. And all of us as our favorites.
Definitely, and it also gives you that mental strength too. With Bryce, he's won 3 times in that Croyer powered truck this year, and he knows it. It feels like an old set of tennis shoes when he gets into it.
You can see the competition caution is out. 8 laps are complete. On lap 7, Carl Rennezener ran the fastest lap of the race, 58.8 seconds. Wally, see if you can dial him up on the radio.
Hey, Carl, this is Wally up in the booth. Man, I'll tell you what, you have done a nice job. Smooth driving, very patient. How's your truck?
Well, yeah, things are feeling real good. Truck's feeling great, and you know, just real calm, and track's great, and I'm just trying to drive a smart race.
Well, your patience has paid off. You got a couple laps to go. Go get them.
Roger.
Competition caution is out at Lake Elsenor. Todd LeDuc leads, but Carl Rennezener is the man to watch. He has gone from 21st to 3rd. Can he make the pass for the lead? We'll see when we come back. Sports coverage of the Rockstar Energy Lucas Oil Challenge Cup continues from California. Competition caution still out, and as they get ready to go green, we get ready for a mini through the field, starting with Kelly Stavis.
Well, Todd LeDuc described this as the most fun and exciting track they compete on all year, but he also said it's a lot of work. He said he's hustling around the track the whole time. The only breaks they get is when they're actually in the air. They have time to stop and think about what their next move may be. He said it's demanding physically and mentally. So far, he's in good shape.
Well, Todd's going to have that rearview mirror full of the #1 truck and one Carl Rennezener. In the words of Kurt LeDuc, we were going to see carnage of biblical proportions out here with all this money on the line. But the guy that steered clear of all of it coming back from 21st position is Carl Rennezener. You got to think that he's going to have a shot at winning this thing here today. And by the way, keep in mind, he splits those earnings with his crew. They want him to win bad. Let's get it to Marty.
Well, Ken, before the race, we told you that the Unlimited 4s were worried about the first lap of the race. Now the Unlimited 2s are worried. Rob McCachran told me earlier today that the lap he's worried about, the first lap after the mandatory caution, because he knows the Unlimited 4s are going to be coming. This should be fun, Bill.
Has been so far, Marty.
And, you know, Todd said this morning, hey, listen, we're going to go out and we're going to try to lead all these laps. But I think in the back of their minds, the guys in the 2s, Cameron, they were hoping the guys in the 4s would get roughed up, especially on the restart and at the start of the race.
You don't need to overdrive. You can get him. You can get him. He's driving real hard.
This is for the lead. Todd LeDuc and Carl Rennezener, and it looked like Carl got past McCachran relatively easily.
It looked like Rob just knew that the 4 had what it takes on this track. He just kind of gave way to it. Looks like Todd wants to do a little bit more battle here. Not saying that Rob just gave it up, but he definitely didn't want to mix it up with the 4-wheel drives, and Cheney off just a bit there.
But I think it looks like Todd LeDuc is driving for everything he's got, and I think Carl has a lot left. I think he's just trying to be smart. Oh! Barlow on his head. And I think that's over in turn 2 where the ruts are really starting to get ugly.
The ruts are really starting to develop all over this track, and right now Todd LeDuc in that Rockstar Energy Circle K Makita truck doing work, and here comes Carl with the big #1, the Lucas Oil truck to the inside. I think it's all but done at this point.
Just waiting for his perfect opportunity. It looks like he's got it.
Oh, what a great shot.
The airtime just so cool. That jump, so risky, just airing it out so blind on the backside.
So Carl Rennezener has gone from 21st to 1st. And now is chasing the $30,000 first prize.
Oh, and interesting there, the #7, Bryce Menzies dive into the inside of his one-time mentor, Rob McCachran. They were teammates just a year ago. Oh, contact. One of the 4-wheel drives trying to get through. Looks like Tim Herbst helped Rob Naughton up into the catch fence.
He's just been beat up today in this race.
Yes, he has. He's going to try and continue.
Let us not forget, though, he did win the Superlight race, and he did win in his class in the Unlimited Lights, although the buggies did reign supreme there. Here, another look at it. Just a 4-wheel drive underneath him, contact, and out goes Naughton.
You had to get that buggy thing in there again, didn't you?
Hey, you know, it is what it is, right? We need some respect when we have the chance here on NBC.
That's the battle for second. LeDuc and McCachran both driving Unlimited 2s. Rennezener leads in his Unlimited 4.
Yeah, the battle for first, I think, is pretty much over unless we get a caution right now, because Carl's out front. He's got no traffic, and it's all his way.
Well, let's not forget that the purse is divided. There's 2 big purses here.
Right.
So there is 30 grand going to the winner between the 8, the 21, and the 7 truck. They are all still battling for the bragging rights in the unlimited 2 class and $30,000 to win.
But only the overall winner of the race gets the Challenge Cup.
Correct.
And right now, that would be Carl Rennesenner's.
Unless he slips on a banana peel between here and the finish line, I'm saying it's all but done.
And Todd LeDuc has been, I mean, he's been strong from the green flag. He has been that first 2 truck all the way.
Now, being a driver, you're in there, you're leading the race. Sometimes it's the hardest place to be is leading, especially with a guy like McCachran hawking you, who you know he doesn't make mistakes. You know he knows how to carry the momentum.
Okay, Carl, you got 1 more lap, and you got a nice lead. Bring it on in.
White flag.
Oh, and they're trying.
Contact back there with McCachran and LeDuc, so McCachran's showing a wheel on him, saying, hey, you better go because I'm coming.
But the good thing about no, and he just throws it away right there.
That's just what you were talking about. You see the fire erupt.
That's most likely tranny fluid coming out of the overflow. And Todd, normally you'll set in the truck. You won't move because you got other trucks moving around, but his spotter's telling him he's got fire. You can see he's unbuckled. His feet are up on the roof there.
That's a nice fall, isn't it, when you're upside down?
You have experience at that? Now, Cameron, this is just what you were talking about. Rob really pressured him into this.
He got into his head, and Todd just pushed it super hard in that corner. And one thing about short course racing, there is no hiding. The grandstands are right there, so everybody just watched that happen. And Todd just pushing for the win.
Carl Rennesenner now. The finish line is in sight.
Good job, Carl. Awesome job. Rookie yellow. Good job. We needed that. Good job, Stallman.
Very nice, fellas. Very nice.
Well, Wally, you call it icing on the cake, and I guess that's what it is. The completion of a fantastic season. Why don't you see if you can get Carl on our NBC radio there?
Hey, Carl, this is Wally up in the booth. Well, I said it before the race started. Icing on the cake. Congrats. You guys have done it all.
And the only thing better about this is that you guys were here to experience it with us. Thanks, man. That's awesome. NBC rocks.
Thanks for the ride, Carl. He's going to victory lane, and so are we when we come back on NBC. Time now for our Rockstar Energy race recap. 27 trucks on the track, 15 2s and 12 4s.
Yeah, I thought there was going to be more trouble here in turn 1. There was some trouble there between Knott and Cheney.
I would have never guessed they would get away clean on the first lap, but they did. But Carl Rennesenner with the sweep pass there, just making it look easy with Cheney on the assist, and then getting underneath Todd LeDuc as he moved to the front of the pack.
And then coming around to take the checkered flag, and the celebration begins for Carl Rennesenner and his team. Take a look at the unofficial results, and you see the numbers on the right. That's position in class. So the victories go to Carl and to Rob McCachran. Carl wins the Challenge Cup. He's in victory lane with Marty.
And Carl Rennesenner comes out of his truck victorious here. Winner of the Challenge Cup, and also a lot of money, and a very cool trophy as well. Carl Rennesenner, everyone. Come on down, Carl. We got to talk about how you started 21st today and were able to make it all the way through the field. First, you got to jump down, which is the biggest key. That might be the toughest thing you did all day. You were worried about starting 21st. You and I talked about it before the race. How were you able to come through the field and, as you said, be cautiously aggressive?
You know, I wasn't saying I was worried. I was kind of excited, actually. You know, you don't get a chance where you get this opportunity with 21 trucks in front of you, no points on the line. Just do what you got to do to get out front. And it was an awesome race. This Lucas Oil General Tire team is just amazing. The guys put their hard work and heart and soul into this thing. Family supports us, but I tell you, these tires were hooked up today. And this Lucas Oil team, they give us everything we need to get us in the winner's circle, and I'm just so stoked. What do you think, Og?
There's the family here with them, and I know you said you wanted to burn it down there on the burnout. You did a good job.
Yeah, you know, I wanted to relish that victory, and it was awesome. It's something I'll always remember. And you know, the first inaugural season of the Cup, it was an awesome deal. I've never been on a track with so many trucks.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Marty.
What a season for that man. Carl Renaissance with 2 championships, and he tops off the year by winning the $30,000 first prize in the Rockstar Energy Lucas Oil Challenge Cup. Coming up next, $1 million is on the line as one lucky player looks to beat 3 of the world's best poker players face the ace next on NBC. For Marty Snyder, Kelly Stavist, Ken Stout, Cameron Steele, and Wally Dallenbach, I'm Bill Weber. Thanks for having us in for the race, and so long from California.